Vikings, let's win the game!
Attention Vikings fans, get ready for a flurry of news that will set the tone for this season. From a critical decision by head coach Kevin O'Connell to intriguing dilemmas that have Vikings fans on edge, wondering what's next. It doesn't stop there. New talents are rising from obscurity, ready to fight for a spot on the roster. And to wrap it up, an ethical dilemma off the field involving a former player beloved by many, now facing a major challenge in his career. All this and more, you're about to find out. Welcome. Show your Viking support by reaching 100 thumbs up on today's video. In the shadow of a remarkable season, where we secured second place in the NFC North, the Minnesota Vikings aren't just looking to maintain their strong performance, but aim to surpass all expectations in the NFL landscape. To achieve this, a critical decision has been praised by analysts and fans alike: the choice of quarterback J.J. McCarthy to lead the offense in 2025. The journey to this pivotal decision was nothing short of a strategic thriller. With options like Sam Darnold, who had a stellar season but questionable performances in clutch moments, and the possibility of bringing in star Aaron Rodgers, the choice was filled with tension and expectations. However, head coach Kevin O'Connell and the front office opted for McCarthy, the homegrown talent selected in the first round of the 2024 draft. The decision, according to Seth Walder of ESPN, was the right call for the team. Sticking with McCarthy was the biggest and most important decision for the Vikings. There were options, but the front office needed a young, promising leader who already knows the system and can grow with the franchise, Walder stated. This vote of confidence from a renowned sports analyst underscores the faith placed in McCarthy, who now carries the responsibility not only to prove his worth, but to guide the Vikings to a spectacular season. But it's not all roses, as Walder's analysis points out some draft and transaction decisions that could have been better explored. The need to trade up in the draft was clear, but the choices made lose some shine when compared to missed opportunities with other teams. Walder critiques, giving a C+ grade to the Vikings' overall off-season moves. Despite the critiques and praises, the reality is that the decisions made have one goal: to strengthen the team and maximize the chances of success. With McCarthy at the helm, we hope he'll be the key piece that solves the Vikings puzzle and, who knows, leads the team to the long-dreamed-of title. Now, onto the real reason why the Vikings are keeping fans on edge. While we celebrate bold decisions on offense, on the defensive side, a cloud of uncertainty hangs over our team. Yes, we're talking about the crucial cornerback position, which has kept Vikings fans on the edge of their seats, speculating about every potential move this offseason. Let's unravel this intriguing plot. Our general manager, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, made a substantial overhaul to the offensive line and added heavy-hitting talent to the defense, most notably Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave in the trenches. However, it's the uncertainty at the cornerback spot that's really stirring up buzz. Amid this suspense, several possibilities were floated. Initially, it was thought that DJ Reed, the free agency prize, would don our colors, but he chose to become a Lion. In response, Adofo-Mensah signed Isaiah Rodgers, a solution that, while promising, hasn't fully met the expectations of the fan base. The plot thickens with the arrival of the draft. Theories swirled that Minnesota might secure a cornerback in the early rounds, with names like Will Johnson from Michigan catching attention and unexpectedly falling into our lap. However, the draft came and went, and no cornerback was selected. The storyline took new turns, with free agent options still available on the market, bringing up names like Stephon Gilmore and Asante Samuel Jr., the latter awaiting medical clearance, but with strong behind-the-scenes ties to the Vikings. Matt Fries of Zone Coverage floated a theory: bring back Gilmore, providing a veteran presence to hold the fort until a bigger move in the next off-season. Amid all these speculations, we can't overlook Dwight McGlothern, who carries intriguing potential. Despite limited defensive snaps, he showed flashes of competence when given the chance, leaving fans and the team at a crossroads: bet on the promise of a breakout or bring in more established reinforcements. As we approach training camp, the mystery deepens, and the strategy chosen for this position could very well define the season's fortunes. It's this very uncertainty that invites us to dive deeper into what's coming next. As the Vikings season draws closer, our attention turns to lesser-known figures who may not be in the spotlight, but promise to be essential in strengthening our roster. Undrafted free agents, with tight end Ben Urosek and outside linebacker Chaz Chambliss standing out. Ben Urosek, coming out of Georgia, has been an intriguing figure. After a promising stint at Stanford, where he stood out with his impressive receptions, his final season was more defined by his role as a blocker. However, his athletic ability remains undeniable, and the Vikings didn't hesitate to secure his signing with an impressive $249,000 in guaranteed money. Competing to be the third-string tight end, Ben faces a tough battle, where his versatility as a receiver and blocker could be a crucial edge. On the other hand, we have Chaz Chambliss, whose story at Georgia is one of pure dedication and hard work. Chambliss is no stranger to defying labels. His intense playing style and ability to adapt to various roles make him an ideal fit for the Vikings' defensive philosophy. Chambliss, with a strong track record in special teams and 40 tackles last year, is on track not only to secure a roster spot, but also to become a valuable piece in Minnesota's defensive schemes. The duo of Urosek and Chambliss symbolizes the Vikings' ongoing search for talent that can emerge from unexpected places. Both possess not only raw potential to be molded, but also the work ethic that can inspire teammates and the fan base alike. The coming weeks will be crucial for both, as every practice and preseason game will shape their careers. As we watch these rising talents, our hope as fans is to see new stars emerge on the Vikings' horizon. And who knows, one of these names might just be the key to the next big season. At this point, every fan will be watching closely, because stories of underdogs who triumph are what makes sports inspiring. But speaking of inspiration and battles, a well-known and beloved figure is facing challenges off the field, which brings us to the next topic of the day. Teddy Bridgewater, the former Vikings quarterback who helped lead the team to the playoffs and earned a Pro Bowl nod in his second season, recently found himself at the center of a controversy that transcends the football field. Bridgewater took on the role of coach at Miami Northwestern High School, his alma mater, where last year he led the team to a state championship. However, his benevolent approach toward his players has resulted in a suspension that's sparking plenty of discussion. Teddy, always seen as a figure of leadership and exemplary character, was investigated by the Florida High School Athletic Association after providing impermissible benefits to his players. These benefits ranged from funding training camps and apparel to providing meals and transportation for the team. According to Bridgewater, this was an attempt to give his players, many of whom come from underprivileged families, the same opportunities that students at more advantaged schools routinely receive. In a statement via Facebook, Bridgewater defended his actions, explaining that everything he did was aimed at supporting his players both on and off the field. He emphasized that his actions were done with an open heart and the best intentions, noting his role as more of a mentor than just a coach. The suspension came from MNW, but you can't suspend someone who doesn't work for you, he argued. He coached last year as a volunteer, not as a school employee. This situation has sparked a heated debate about the ethics and regulations surrounding high school sports and support for young athletes. On one hand, Bridgewater is seen as a local hero, dedicating his resources to the well-being of his players. On the other, he faces criticism for violating established rules. Ultimately, this controversy highlights not only the challenges faced by former athletes returning to their communities to make a difference, but also the complex rules governing high school sports. As Bridgewater awaits the outcome, the sports community and Vikings fans are divided, some supporting his generosity, others questioning his decisions. So, Vikings faithful, what do you think of the twists and promises we have for this season? From the bold strategic bet on McCarthy, to the ongoing mystery at the cornerback position, to the hopeful rise of undrafted free agents like Ben Urosek and Chaz Chambliss, and the controversy surrounding former quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. Which story caught your attention the most, Cabalus? And what other moves does the team still need to make? Your passion, energy, and loyalty are the heartbeat of Vikings Nation. So, let's keep that energy going. Share this video, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button for all the latest Vikings updates. Stay tuned. SKOL Vikings, let's go!